Hello, I'm Mech4 and welcome to another episode of Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse. This time, we're doing a battle which I read about called the Siege of Bellisos. I've actually tried to record this one about 8 or 9 times, however it kept crashing, as I might have mentioned in the last video I did. However, in the meantime, I actually was contacted by Lord Cylarne, one of the developers of this mod, and he mentioned that there was an update out. So I downloaded the update, and I played about 20 minutes of this map with this setup, unrecorded, and I didn't have any crashes in those 20 minutes. Previously it was crashing about 10 minutes into the battle, so with the Chaos Gods willing, it will not crash while I try this time. It should be good. So, let's just go. The Siege of Bellisos, actually, was a battle, as I said, I read about, where the hive world of Bellisos was besieged by the 3rd Plague Bearers Company of the Death Guard. However, while the Death Guard were besieging the hive world, they in turn ended up being besieged by the Ordo Malleus and a force of Imperial Guardsmen and the Sisters of Battle, forcing the Death Guard to go onto the defensive and defend the hive world that they had been besieging from their new besiegers. Eventually the Death Guard managed to win in this battle, and I hope to be able to recreate that in this fight, at least broadly. We are playing on a map which I really like called Pavonis, which is a nice cityscape map with a large defensive wall structure around the edges, dividing the 2 teams. I am playing here, as you might have gathered, as the Death Guard color scheme with Chaos Space Marines. I have 2 Chaos Space Marines allies, and we are up against 3 enemies. We have the Sisters of Battle of the Fervent Heart over here. We have the Imperial Guard of the 180th Cadian here. And we have the Inquisitional Demon Forces of, I believe, or the what's it called? Lodge Destructico or something like that color scheme. Anyway, yes, we have another thing I like about this map is the wide roads it has and these ramps which allow for Titans to move around relatively easily. There's 2 entrances, one over here and there's one over here. This is not an entrance here. This is just a steep collapsed wall, and there is another one over here, but troops can't get up and down there. This is a very good defensive position because that's the only entrance up there. But anyway, with no further ado, let us get onto it. At the beginning, I am going to get Mark of Chaos Nurgle, and I'm going to get Heretics and Cultists, because we need to build up our defenses and focus them around here.
My life is here to serve,
right.
Master.
Get some Chaos Temples. I also would like to hold this spot here, because it is a nice jutting out position with a relic and a critical location, which is good to hold because you can put turrets along here and shoot at the enemies as they walk up this road.
We can serve you. We are eager to
I want you to get down here, and I want you to build a desecrated stronghold when you get there. We'll get some Chaos Space Marines. Earlier I got the Mark of Chaos Nurgle upgrade on my desecrated stronghold. There is 4 themed upgrades there, which will change your unit's selections slightly to be in line with the Chaos God which you choose to align with. Being Nurgle, or being the Death Guard, I chose Nurgle, of course, which I believe will give a boost to our Plague Marines, as well as allowing us to get some unique heroes. I want you to take that. I want you to build a listening post there. Upgrade that to a desecrated fortress. And I want you to get a Chaos Lord. You, I want you to build another desecrated stronghold there. Get these Chaos Space Marines up there. And when you've done that, I want you to build 2 armories so that we can reinforce. There is also this passage over here, which is more of a way to get around behind the enemy, behind my allies' base. And there's also this passage here, which is extremely narrow, but the enemy can come through there. They go around that way.
At your command.
I'll give you a flamer, I'll give you a flamer. Aspiring champions. There you go. And I want you to build some turrets. And I want you to build some more turrets along here.
We serve. We will build it for you. We serve.
The 3rd Plague Bearer Company, in particular, from what I've read, is supposed to be really good at defensive battles. So I hope to be able to live up to that reputation in this fight. Have you taken that? You've taken that. I want you to take that point. I want you to build that listening post there and start building some turrets along here. I had to look over the changelog for this patch. I can't remember the exact number of it. I think it was 172 point or 1.72.88, something like that. But it did change something about Chaos. It changed the Eye of the Warp, which I believe no longer actually forces the enemy units to fight amongst themselves, as it used to. Oh, only one of them run away. Oh well. Right, we'll build some more turrets. Get up there. Build a missile launcher. Build a missile launcher, because we're going to be getting vehicles against us rather quickly. There's the Eye of the Warp, cast by our ally. This is the Inquisition here. You can see their servitors constructing their buildings here. The Icons of Purifications, which are their listening posts. We'll upgrade our cultists with grenade launchers, because I like having them sitting back. Also, our cultists, because we chose the Mark of Chaos Nurgle, have the Worship Nurgle ability, which I believe is an ability taken from Dawn of War 2, where you could dedicate units to the different Chaos Gods, and dedicating them to Nurgle gave you the Worship Nurgle ability, which increased health regeneration of all units and I believe structures around the unit, and increased the health of those units as well. So you just click on it, and you see this effect which goes off. That is all the units which are affected by it, and it does seem to go off on the buildings. I believe it causes the buildings to regenerate health, which is really nice if it does. Right, upgrade that. The range is actually apparently pretty big too, considering it was reaching up there. Build 2 sacrificial pits. Build a machine pit and machine pit. Upgrade this. We haven't got one up there. Build some more workers. Build some Havoc Marines. Upgrade that to a fortress. Upgrade that and that. I've got Calm Berserkers. I can't expect the AI to stick to the theme of the Death Guard, so we're going to be seeing other god units from them, but there's not much I can do in that.
Master. Thank you. Thank you, Master. Whatever
Pardon?
you desire.
Yes, we are Legion.
These Havocs up there will get a Sorcerer and some Chaos Psychers. Get Symbol of Chaos upgrade. Make sure that they get built in stand ground. And we can get Plague Marines. Plague Marines come with a very powerful Plague Grenade, I think it's called, or something similar to that. Which is great versus weak infantry. And we are up against quite a lot of low health infantry. With the Imperial Guard.
Overtaking me. It is a good pain.
Look at them. They're using their grenade launchers against us. Why aren't you using ours against them?
It is a good pain.
So theirs have a longer range.
Way to hell. Death and decay. We will strip the flesh from
Why are you going away?
is the way to
Whatever. Just run up there. Oh, that's a lightning ability from the Inquisition. They have a lot of psychic abilities from their commanders. There's some Chaos Space Marines taking the fight to the Stormtroopers here. Stormtroopers are just like they're like more highly trained Imperial Guardsmen for the Inquisition. Good. Oh, there's a Chimera. Every second one will be upgraded to a rocket launcher.
Whatever you desire.
And I want you to build that quickly. You can use the Forced Labor ability, which will drain the health of my worker, of one of the workers in the squad, but also make the building be constructed much faster. There we go. Okay, they got... Did they get it up? I think they did. Not shooting. Why isn't it shooting? I can't see up there? Ah, whatever. Let's build a Chaos Temple here. Upgrade this. We use the Eye of the Warp on them. I think it lowers their morale now.
My life is forfeit.
What else do I want to do? I would like to build something down here. We have crack grenades, so I will upgrade 4 of these turrets with rocket launchers. Hey, guess what? Boom! You're broke. Get into melee! Why? Ow. Okay. Get these Chaos Psychers in. They have some useful abilities. So I'll attach them to squads. There we go. They have the Doombolt ability, which is good against infantry. Worship Nurgle, which will give our units some health regeneration. Upgrade my heroes. I'll get them more health. We have the Lord. I will give him these, and we will get also the Relic Resource upgrade. Chuck a crack grenade on them again. I'd like you to build some turrets here. Get 2 plasma guns. Hey, Plague Marines, you're just sitting around. Worship Nurgle. And push up. Get some Vindicators. They are armed with a cannon, which is good against infantry, especially grouped infantry. upgrade these into plasma pistols for our aspiring champions. Build some more turrets up here, just in case they manage to push back a bit. I mean, I don't believe they will, but you can never be sure. Okay. Now, Plague Marines! Plague Marines, they have this Blight Grenade, which if we can get them within range of the enemy infantry down there, we will be able to see how effective it is. Hey! Plague! That should spread amongst all of their units. Oh, and they've got enemy dreadnoughts too. And that... yeah, you can see it spread to all of their infantry there. They might all end up keeling over. Might. Okay. Versus infantry. It's got a bit of a funny description there. Good. We need more anti-vehicle. Destroy that dreadnought. Chuck crack grenades on it. Okay, good, good. They're destroying my turrets. So mean. Another blight grenade. They get rid of all my cultists up here. They did. No, they didn't. There you are. What are you doing back there? Get more grenade launchers. Worship Nurgle. Worship harder. We need to hold this position against this loyalist scum. Well, they're not really loyalists. We're not fighting against Space Marines. Hey! Grenade! Stun grenade! There we go. Get back out there. And destroy that rhino. Boom! There we go. Also, chuck a blight grenade there as well. Oh! In the lore which I read, which was on the Lexicanum wiki for Warhammer 40,000, the Death Guard were able to hold out against their defenders for so long that the plagues spread to... no, were able to hold out against their attackers for so long that the plagues which they were spreading spread to the attackers and weakened them, and then the Death Guard were able to push out from their base and just roll over the remnants of the attackers. It's corrupt ground there. Chains of torment on those Poncy Grey Knights over there. They can't move now. Move you back. Upgrade to a missile launcher. Good, good. Get the advanced vehicle armor and the smoke grenades. Get the Hellsmith and the Champion of Nurgle. I should have gotten the Demon Pit quite a while ago, so we could upgrade. How's this holding out here? Oh, alright. Upgrade the turrets. Get another Demon Pit here. Good to have backups. Get some more Plague Marines. Oh look, they've got a Land Raider Phobos. And they've got another Land Raider Redeemer. Grey Knights are bringing their forces to us. Worship Nurgle. Let the Plague Father fill you with his blessings. He will grant you the fortitude to withstand this siege. Our allies are actually pushing out quite a bit and doing good work. Let's have a look at them briefly. Oh, they've actually managed to push back the Sisters of Battle. And they're pushing against the Imperial Guard. Who you notice is also able now to build the Taurox. Previously they weren't able to. That murderer is... yeah. Okay, there we go. It righted itself. there's some rubric marines in there. Just ignore them. But yes. Take that point there. We didn't end up taking that. Okay. Get chaos energies. Or whatever it's called. Build that. Get some possessed marines. They're good. Yes. Oh, they're burning us! All of our plagues. Check a black grenade. Crack grenade that Redeemer. Oh! I don't really expect the crack grenades to do too much against a Redeemer, but... Oh! Oh! Another black grenade! What's this looking like? We're holding them off pretty well here. Allied's doing a lot of good work. Oh, they haven't completely got rid of the Sisters of Battle. That's pretty cool. And move up! Move up, you Havocs. Uh-oh. Something's happening. They're using psychic abilities on us. Boom! They got their general there, I think. Or is it a champion or something? Plague Marines! Come on, hold out! More rocket launchers? Chuck another grenade. Up. Yes. Use acid vomit. Wah. Use a doom bolt when you get back up, because I think you just got knocked over. Or not. Hey, I don't know why you can't use that. You might have been hit by an enemy ability which stops you from using your abilities. One. More black grenades. There's a missile launcher. You able to worship? Stop whining! Get in there. There we go. Flame grenade! Fumigating smoke. Chuck a grenade there. Tear that tank apart. They're actually doing a good job of keeping us in our base the whole time. have my commander equipped with the Man Reaper. That's appropriate for a Lord of Nurgle. Champion Chaos Lord of Worship. Chaos Lord of Death God. Then someone say more black grenades. Go. From what I read, this battle was actually actually also showcased a unit which I think is a new one to Warhammer 40,000. So it's probably been out for a bit, which I think was like a plague mortar or something like that. Stop killing my psychers. Corrupt that ground there. There we go. Oh, we've got Grey Knights Terminators. Well, that's great. I'm running out of chaos. I'm running out of Space Marines. Come on. Build more and get some Plague Marines. We have Possessed. Yeah, drop the Possessed in. Hey, Gribbly. And those. Fog. Okay. Let's put them on Rampage. They will hopefully tear through basically everything. Look at those Possessed go! They're unstoppable! Come on, go through those Grenadiers there. No, 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 no. They're not really Nurgle, but... I would like if getting the Mark of Nurgle allowed you to get zombies, or the Plague, what are they called? Like Plague Dead, or something like that. I'm pretty sure Nurgle has that on the tabletop. They just like, well, they are zombies. That'd be neat. Units of conscripts or something, perhaps with just melee attacks, I don't know. They would have high health, probably move slowly. One of the mods for Warhammer Total War, Warhammer 2 Total War, which expands the Warriors of Chaos faction, has something like that. You have Afflicted of Nurgle, I think they're called.
We will build it for you.
They're just units of zombies, basically. All about the theme, thematically. Get that. No, not two of those. Okay. And that. Sorry. Chuck a plague grenade down there. I said chuck a plague grenade down there. There you go. Oh, look. They sent some Grey Knight Paladins up here. Hey, Plague Marines, what do you think about that? Shoot them! Cultists! Worship Nurgle! And get blown up as soon as you do that. Oh, your cultists died. They worship Nurgle so hard that they blew up. Strip his soul. Boom. Doombolt. Oof, they're really sending like Grey Knights really sending their heavier units against us. I think the patch actually updated the Inquisition a bit, so that they would, possibly so that they would make use of their in-game units more often. Right, we have the Warp Forge. That's up about halfway, is it? Yes. Okay, cool. I'll actually just save it here for a moment. See all my saves from trying before. Come on. There we go. Saving, do. It'll get there sometime. I'm glad it hasn't crashed yet. That's good. The problem was fixed. Thank you very much. And just be a moment. Right, I'm back. Now, where were we? We were right, defending against the Imperial, the Inquisition over here, and all of their associated mooks. Right, I will want these Chaos Shrines will be very useful. And the enemy is building a base, our ally is building a base up there. Would I really mind? Build another one over here. You're getting the horrible destruction. Good. Do we have a Warp Forge? No, we do not. Do we not? No, we do there. There's a Warp Forge. Okay. I want you to get some Chaos Terminators. And I want to build another Demon Pit. We do have another one down here, don't we? So get some Possessed Marines. Put it on attack stance, because I like them going ham on everything. Get some Defilers. Defilers have a ranged cannon on them, which is kind of an artillery unit for Chaos. Upgrade all of your units with command squads. What do they do? Heavy infantry, effective in close combat, boosting squad morale, powerful close combat weapons, Berserk Fury, can be possessed by the Bloodthirster. I don't know whether they can actually in this, but that is something which used to be able to do in Dawn of War. Effective against infantry and heavy infantry. Okay, cool. That and the Rad Launcher. Get the Plasma Guns, Melter and the Rad Launcher. 2 Plasmas, Melter and the Rad Launcher. Okay. And what do you have? You can get turned into a Demon Prince, if I so wished. I don't want... Not you. Builders. And let's get Gate of the Dark Mechanicum. That will allow us to build some Titans.
Anything for the great powers.
We need a desecrated castle. So when you finished that... Let's go. Our allies are doing good. They're actually defeating the Sisters of Battle over there. So we're going to have to start pushing out against the Inquisition. This is quite similar to how the battle apparently, the Siege of Bellisos actually played out. The Plague Marines just sat there weathering the attack until the attackers were so sick that they couldn't defend against the Death Guard's push out of their base. So there was very little resistance when it came to the Death Guard actually advancing. This is turning out quite similar to how it actually would have happened.
Terminators, here to serve the Dark Gods.
Okay, Terminators, get out there. Get the Chaos Terminator, Lords. chosen Terminators. As I've said before, I do actually own one of these models, and these in particular seem to be based off the older models. I have a Chaos Terminator, I think Chaos Terminator Lord, maybe. I could be misremembering that. But it is an old metal model, and he is armed with a heavy flamer and a chain axe. And he has these back banners, except on mine, instead of any of these spikes coming out the back, he actually has two racks of spikes on his on the bits of armor here with heads with various skulls on them. And he doesn't have a helmet. It's just a bare head.
We demand a challenge.
I'd recently found his arm. He'd been missing one of his arms for so long. And the head of his chain axe, because the metal was very thin there and it snapped off.
We are filled with the power of chaos.
But his original color scheme on it. I painted him, I think, originally black and gold, or black and red. And then later on, I redid the model which I had. The parts which I had at the time, I repainted them in Death Guard colors, so the green and the white trim. But then I found his arm, and it was the old color scheme on it.
As you wish.
I mentioned this would have been back when I thought that a rhino transport was actually a physical rhinoceros. I was very confused about the idea of a chaos rhinoceros. I was like, but why would a rhinoceros? I don't see any rhinoceros here. Whereas the concept of having a vehicle named after an animal was a bit beyond me.
Enemies of the dark gods, beware!
Come on. Spook these paladins. Blah 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 blah. Ooh, Warhound. The Feral Titan.
Against the ruinous powers.
I like the voiceovers for the Warhound here.
Warhound Titan, ready to serve chaos.
I like the shield effect on it too, and all the smoke gouting out of it. Looks appropriately mean.
Fear amongst the masses. Scout Titan. On
Is it leaving like bloody footprints everywhere? Oh no, it's just leaving cracked ground.
sowing fear amongst the masses.
We are eager to please.
Right, all of you, I want you to attack this base.
None can stand against the
What can you get? You have 2 las cannons, and you can upgrade them to plasma blast guns. Now get rid of that Phobos. Zap. Zap. Come on. Chuck some melter bombs on it. Do I have cultists here somewhere? Are they dying horribly? Yeah, they are. Okay, start that. Worship Nurgle!
against the ruinous powers.
Oh, it affects my Titan too? That's pretty cool.
Throw down your arms and despair. Where is our target?
Get rid of that purification degree and that one. Because these negatively affect demons. Oh look, my Defiler's actually gone into the battle. Blah, 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 blah. I do like the old Defiler model.
The enemy are too strong.
You 2 Defilers actually sit back and shell. Desecration on, yeah.
Where is our target? Destroy them all.
Do that.
To the battle. Surely we deserve the gifts
And-
of chaos.
Get Apocalypse tier, upgrade the tier 2 relics. And get some more Possessed Marines apparently no, we're at our unit cap. That's quite surprising. Well, drop the Terminators in. There we go. I want you to have plasma cannon. Volkite charger. Volkite charger, plasma cannon. Volkite charger, plasma cannon. You can have a heavy flamer, and you can have a Reaper cannon. I don't know. Just choose whatever. So many choices. Shoot that wall! Those walls are getting in the way of our advance because you constantly keep trying to target them. What is shooting you? Destroy that icon of purification. You keep telling me to do one thing and then another. I am getting irate. Sorry, I'm indecisive. Come on. Shoot it. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. There we go. And a purification degree. There we go. Oh, you lone Chaos Space Marine, try and take that point. You're gonna die. You died. Hey, Terminators. You're strong enough. You could try and take that. Get rid of those servitors. Upgrade one of your las guns. I don't know. Would I want to? It just destroyed my Land Raider. It flipped over completely. What did that? What's shooting at them back there?
Our void shields are operational once more.
I don't know. I don't think Land Raiders count as demons. Hooray! We can advance! Get in there! No, there's more walls. I'm not complaining about the walls, really. I mean, it's my own fault because I put health, structure health on so high. Oh look, there's a Storm Raven Fury. Is that what that was destroying my tank? I'll blast it out into the sky. Let's have a look at this actually. When he shoots. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Even though he's missing it. Boom! Oh, I like the disease effect around your units. That looks cool. Yeah. Very, very good. I will raid that. Oh, what's this do? Massive slaughter weapon, slower fire rate, but longer range and leaves a dent into most targets, especially infantry. Oh! Okay, that's actually new, I think. I don't think I don't think Defilers actually had choices in their weapons. Aside from maybe the missile launcher and the twin-link las cannon, which was a weapon on the side there. But I don't think you could actually change their main cannon like that. Desecration. Disables melee combat movement of the unit in exchange for rapid fire rates, improved artillery barrage amounts, and quick reload time of all weapons. That's actually really cool. That makes them much more like a artillery platform. Because Defilers are basically the only artillery Chaos have available to them. Though, as I was reading about the Siege of Bellisos, apparently this siege does also feature the forget what it's called. It's like a plague mortar, I think, which is a vehicle of Nurgle. It's a tank mortar, I suppose, like the Griffin mortar for the Imperial Guard, but it's all Nurgle-fied. That'd be neat to see. I'm hesitant to say whether it's a new unit for Games Workshop because I was out of the loop for a while, and so a lot of what I think is new is actually been around for a few years. Hello, Chaos. You're just standing around. Rubric Marines! I think this is some kind of joke. Oh look, there's a stealth dreadnought. Yeah, the Chaos dreadnoughts can apparently stealth. That's scary. I want to see one of the dreadnoughts actually. Because the dreadnoughts in Dawn of War 2 got really scary, especially if you gave them the mark of Khorne, and then they would end up with twin lightning claws, and they would just tear through infantry. I mean, you know, if you could maybe attack them, then that would be good. You know, just do something like that.
Ready to serve chaos. Warhound Titan, ready to serve chaos.
Let's build another Feral Titan. Why not? The enemy are weakened. They cannot stand against the thunder of our cannons and our guns. Taking so long to chew through those buildings. Okay. He has 2 chain swords. Or chain axes. So he is a melee focused one. And he can get a heavy bolter, multi-melter, twin-linked autocannon, and a twin-linked las cannon. So he is pretty scary. I do miss the lightning claws. These are cool though, the chain blades. I don't know, maybe he changes if you get the Mark of Khorne. They had a Berserk Fury ability in Dawn of War 2, which made them increase their speed and their melee damage and made them run off to attack whatever was nearby. I'm gonna have to do a video on Dawn of War 2. There's a mod for that, which I've played, called the Elite mod, I think it's called, which adds a few new units. I kind of get the impression that you can't do as much with that game as you can with this one. Which is a bit of a shame. Because it does have good mechanics in it. But base building is so much more limited than that. You can build turrets, but there's no, like, you know, vehicle building or infantry building. At least I don't think. For the most of the factions. I'm thinking whether maybe one faction has something like that. But base building for the most part is just you have a stronghold and you produce units from that. You can't get a base like this, and you can't get walls of turrets like this. So I kind of feel like maybe that would be... you would be able to change that by making larger maps with more choke points on them, rather than the sort of arena-style maps which are based in Dawn of War 2. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I have rather a dislike for symmetrical maps. They are very good for multiplayer, I suppose, because they allow for an even playing field, but it's one thing that put me off StarCraft 2, because all the maps are symmetrical. I kind of prefer asymmetrical maps because it means you have to adapt to the battlefield and make the most of what you have, and try and overcome the strengths that the enemy may have, and all that. I find that more interesting. Anyway, also because I grew up playing Age of Empires and those maps are all randomly generated. So. I still love Age of Empires. Age of Empires 1. I enjoyed that more than Age of Empires 2. So I do like Age of Empires 2. Come on! Check it! Check it! Melter bombs! Destroy that Titan Mechanicum tower! God, the buildings have so much friggin' health! Do we have another Titan yet? Oh, he's still cooking. He's not ready yet, he's not done! We are pushing through their base so slowly. I need to upgrade my units with more anti-infantry, anti-buildings. Sure, I get some more missile launchers. Can I upgrade my Havocs with laser cannons? No, because I've already given the rocket launchers. Oh, I just have rocket launchers. Oh, hello. Well, we've got 2 of you and the battle's not won yet, so maybe a second one will improve the situation. Warhounds aren't as big as the what's it called? The Ravager Titan. But you gotta get the little ones to show off every now and then. You can't just go straight for the biggest. Oh, we actually still have a Psyker in the squad. He's alive still. That's impressive. Oh, my enemy's Dreadnought. My allies Dreadnought, not my enemies. Well, they might be my enemy after this battle. Volkite Charger. It's all these new weapons. I don't know what they are. What's a Volkite Charger? What's a Graviton gun? What is all this stuff? Change. Don't mind me. I'm just out of the loop. Shoot the Phobos. Boom. Bam. That. Are you shooting? You should be shooting. Come on, get in there.
Bringing carnage upon the weak.
Okay, good. How much health do these things have? 9,450. Yeah. Oh. Nuclear weapons, yes. Okay. God, look at how packed their base is back there. Come on, it's a pile of wood. How is it so resilient? Get a melter, get a rad launcher. There we go. And that one? If we get rid of these, perhaps we'll be able to summon in some demons. Because those make your demons really slow and then do a lot of bad stuff. I'm going to save before I use that. While this has been a lot more stable, I did have a crash. Which I believe was just the engine. I would assume it's just the engine straining under the pressure. Pardon. And there's not much you can do about that. It's an old engine. To cut it some slack. Poor engine. I'm really impressed by the moddability of this game. It's extends the lifespan of a game so much. Dawn of War was a game which I remember I played a demo of it from a CD of a magazine which I was buying at the time, and I played the demo one day and I enjoyed it so much I went out and bought the game the next day. You don't really need to do that anymore. It wasn't that long ago either. I was sitting here reminiscing and it was only like... What was that? 2002? So... I suppose nearly 2 decades ago. Ah, come on, destroy these skyscrapers. They're stupidly tall. And cramped. I don't know. There's nothing inside of them. You'd expect there to be beds or something inside of them, but no. Beds? We're the Inquisition. We're not a holiday. What the heck is that? Oh! Oh, yeah, right. These are the people who live inside the towers. They're all dead, by the way, but these urban territories, I'm gonna have to play as the Inquisition sometime. They build them and they produce citizens, which then inhabit the buildings, and the citizens like increase the resource production of the buildings. You know, I suppose they're supposed to be working away inside there, and yeah. There we go. Yeah, there's a whole bunch more of them just sitting around there, aren't they? Ah, they're all in T-pose. That's actually kind of scary. This is what the Inquisition is actually doing behind the scenes. They're cloning people and having them T-pose. We got a death wheel. Enemy's got the ally. I keep saying enemy. Has got a death wheel. Get that Ordo Malleus tower. Get this librarium. Earn it. Good. All the rockets which we upgraded our units with will be helping. There we go. Our possessed marines, I think, are also helping a fair bit. They have very high melee attack. 85 to 104. But they attack very quickly. I don't know. They just tear through units. Yeah. Get in there. Our ally is actually helping us here. Good on you. I was afraid you were just sitting back, watching me do all the heavy work, heavy lifting on this character, on this team. I say, pointedly ignoring the fact that they've defeated one of the other factions already. Come on.
None can stand against the ruinous powers. None can
We see these nuclear weapon centers in my test run of this after I updated. I was playing the game and everything was going fine, and then I looked at my base and just as I clicked on like an upgrade or something, a nuke went off and blew up my base. I was like, I don't remember ordering a nuke. And apparently the end game, the setting to turn off end game items, end game like researchers like that for the enemy was turned off in the update. So they were lobbing nukes at my base. I have turned that off. As I've said, play a defensive battle. I like to be defensive and then push out. I don't like my base to be destroyed by nukes. I'm fine with having nukes, or, you know, warp storms. But not the enemy. The enemy are forbidden. Upgrade that, upgrade that. Upgrade that. Yeah, maybe if the Chaos Shrines had a few more things to it. Do they reveal a large area of the map? No, it doesn't seem so. Maybe if they had something like an Auspex upgrade on them, which allowed them to reveal a large area. Also, possibly like an aura, if they exuded an aura around them. Their strike causes blindness, enemies. So, I mean, I don't know. They're annoying to get rid of. So, maybe you don't want anything else on them. Otherwise, they'd be too annoying to get rid of. You have to understand, anything which you change, you'd have to deal with yourself. So. What? What shot you? Right, upgrade one of them with a plasma blast gun. And then we can... maybe that will help us defeat the enemy base a bit faster. Come on. Do we have another Warp Storm ready? We can get the super weapon Warp Storm of World End, which is an upgrade, I believe. Oh, it destroys everything in its path over a 300-meter radius, so do not get close. That might be a bit too powerful. I mean, it would destroy our army here if I spawned it on the enemy base. Oh, look, like a Cavalier Titan. Well, we're making some good progress here. I am actually going to save the game again. Just over here, sorry. Like so. And cross fingers. There we go. Okay. And if you excuse me for a moment. Right, okay, now where were we? Ah yes, destroying this Inquisition fortress here. Onwards! Now we're getting shot by this Cavalier Titan over here. Please stop that. Oh, my Warlord! My Warhound? Yeah, Warhound Titan, Feral Titan. Move over here. Oh, it's probably got long enough range that it doesn't matter. Oh. Tearing through my Titan. No. You're going to destroy it. I think you're going to destroy it, aren't you? You can see the effect of the Inquisition base here on these obliterators. Because they count as monsters, they have this psychic field which is eating away at their health. Come on. Okay, there we go. Come on. Get back. You're going to get repaired. Tech Marine. Hellsmith. Get up there with your monkeys. And repair my Titan. Are you getting destroyed now? Push! Into the enemy base. We want it completely leveled before we deal with the Imperial Guard.
Where is our target?
Right. Not you. Not you.
Ready to serve chaos.
Go over there. You're making it extremely difficult. Okay. Now stop.
Where is our target?
And I want you to build a champion of Nurgle, and you to get the Chaos Lord, and perhaps we can get enough points to get a Ravager Titan. That'd be nice.
The weak fight back.
Yes. I always kind of miss that Chaos Space Marines, Demons of Chaos, and in fantasy, the Beastmen were split up into 3 different factions. Because specifically Warriors of Chaos and Chaos Space Marines and Demons of Chaos, I felt like having the Demons of Chaos in the Chaos Space Marine or Warriors of Chaos army gave a lot of the theme, especially if you decided to dedicate yourself to a specific god, because you could have your Chaos Space Marines backed up by called bloodletters or the like, or demonettes, great unclean ones and plague bearers and all that. I don't know. It was like a strengthening of the theme, and in fantasy you could have like Bestigors and no, what were they called? Pestigors. That's it. Pestigors, Zangors, Corngors, and Slangors for the different gods, as well as marks of chaos and unit dedications and all that. But they split up the chaos factions into different ones, or rather they couldn't take like Warriors of Chaos couldn't take like contingents of beastmen, which was a bit sad. I didn't play Warriors of Chaos, but I feel like the change kind of... And not having Chaos Space Marines and Demons alongside them kind of feels like half of the force is missing. Because you'd have the strong Chaos Space Marines with their variety of weapons, and you'd have like Plague Bearers in melee, because they're really tough demons. And they were your, you know, close quarters units. Where do you think you're going? Shoot it!
None can stand against the ruinous powers.
Oh.
Where is our target?
I think we destroyed it.
Days are numbered.
Go on, march around the block. Nearly destroyed them. How have we not actually wiped them out? Oh, because they've probably got, yeah, they've got the tower in the enemy's base over there. Curse the enemy for using my tactic and building multiple of their bases everywhere to prevent their bases from being destroyed by one fell swoop. Right, you're that guy. I want you, Champion of Nurgle. Get that as well. Great Ruinous Tower. Yeah, get a Warp Storm on there. Look at all those Tauroks. Oh, Warp Storms. That's actually dealing a lot of shield damage, but it doesn't have that much shields. Wow! Okay, that's actually going to kill that Titan. Maybe? Maybe not. Okay, well, we destroyed that base.
Demand a challenge. the way to hell.
That assault actually took out most of my ground forces.
The Chaos Gods speak clearly now. We are the Destroyer!
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, you are. Okay, get some Plague Marines. I think if we build them to Warp Forge, we can deep strike them. Yeah, deep striking structure. And we will want to do our final push here. Maybe these guys won't get killed. Oh, they will. Because this Inquisition forces buildings in that area. Teleport out of there. Up there. No! Run away! Ow, 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 it hurts. Oh, it hurts. The buildings are an anathema to our demon units. Chaos Space Marines, however, don't count as demons. That, get the Mark of Chaos, get the Mark of Chaos and the Aspiring Champion. This is all of our infantry that remains from that attack.
Where is our target?
It's down here. Oh, yeah. A Chaos Lord. Got an upgrade in his armor. He became a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor now. And he's got a really deep voice. We can give him personal teleporter. See, I said my unit was my model was a Chaos Terminator Lord. It might just be a normal Chaos Terminator, because he has a heavy bolt. He has a heavy flamer and a chain axe. So, but he doesn't have a helmet. I don't know. Whatever, don't matter. Product resource cap, sure. I want to give him a coordinate axe. His voice is really deep.
What do you want? My lord.
Okay, go destroy that base.
None can stand against
Get the twins up there.
powers. Fire all weapons. Scout Titan on the move.
Oh, the Inquisition is dropping buildings in!
Titan on the move.
That was one of their builders, I believe, saying that the archivists? Yeah, archivists. The Inquisitional builders. These guys on these little floaty platforms. They have a lot of books, and they have a pen. They have no legs. They're attached to the platform, and they write notes and documentation all the time. All that they're good for. What's your range? Oh, okay. Turn off bombardment, desecration. March up a bit. Turn on bombardment. And then start shelling the enemy base. For all the good it will do. I don't know. Get rid of that Mars pattern command. Actually, no, hang on. Get rid of that Auto Malleus tower, because the Inquisitional buildings here are destroying our demons, and I want to use our obliterators.
Where is our target? We are under attack. Bringing carnage upon the weak.
Come on, attack that building! Turn around and shoot it. Stop shooting at this listening post over here.
Bringing carnage upon the weak.
It is difficult to tell the AI to tell the units sometimes to attack certain things. Just gonna save. Again, I'm sorry for the saving, but considering all the crashes I've had in this battle. Previously, I've only had one crash while recording this battle this time. I'm pretty sure that wasn't linked to any specific ability. That was just the game hitting a point and going, ah, no, I give up. Sorry. Just like to make backup saves every now and then. I always see obliterators from the AI. I don't know whether they can actually make mutilators, which are the melee version of obliterators. They killed all my infantry. Oh! Come on, destroy that Auto Malleus tower. And there goes the Inquisition. Right. Get rid of that communications tower. Get rid of that Lehman Russ Conqueror. Boom! Get rid of that Conqueror. Boom! Get rid of that turret emplacement. Boom! Boom! Armored command. Wow. That enemy Titan over there is chewing through my Warhound. No! How dare you! You killed my Warhound! Ugh! Oh, it falls over. It's so sad. Come on, teleport in there. We gotta avenge our Warhound. Okay. Shoot that Titan. Because obliterators are kind of crazy like that. Ah, wow, they're actually doing it. I kind of did that as a joke, but the obliterators are actually destroying that Titan. I mean, with some help from my Titan, but I think most of that was them. I mean, they don't really have the health to survive an attack from it, but... yeah, wow. They actually killed that. That's impressive. Oh, it doesn't have a fall over animation? Aw. That's a shame. Yeah, build a Ravager Titan. Why not? Maybe we'll get it before we win.
At your command.
It would just make our victory all the sweeter. Drop in some Plague Marines. Build some more Plague Marines. Do I have any, what's it called anywhere? No, I don't have any possessed Marines. Hey, Plague Marines! Upgrade your unit. Remember, I've been getting upgrades as I've been leveling up, which increases the maximum squad size. So previously, these squads I think were maximum of about 5 units in the squad. Now I think they can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That affects all of my infantry, I believe. You'll see the obliterators here are actually switching weapons depending on what I tell them to attack. They have a flamer, so they're always shooting that if they're within melee range, or if they're within close range. But if I tell them to attack a vehicle or a building, they'll use las guns. They'll use a heavy bolter if I tell them to attack infantry. They might have a plasma gun built in there. I don't know. Their arms are just a massive guns. From the tabletop, I believe you can tell them which weapon to use each turn. Oh yeah. Imperial Guard buildings seem to be a lot easier to destroy than the Inquisition buildings. I wonder whether that's because the Inquisition buildings have more health, or whether it's because they have some kind of anti-damage aura around them from their structures. I ponder this, as my victory is all but assured. More Plague Marines! I like Plague Marines. Oh, does a Warpian actually cause my units to get knocked back? And you... have 2 possessed marines. Blah 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 blah. Look at them. These things just tear through stuff so quickly. Even in base Dawn of War, possessed marines were really good. And it was just hilarious having some of the stronger units you could get during the campaigns. And they were just... nothing could stop them. And... all the purple blasts, and there we go. Yes, the 3rd Plague Bearer Company of the Death Guard managed to beat back the combined forces of Ordo Bellios, Sisters of Battle, and the Imperial Guard. Ugh, and that is the Siege of Bellisos. Let's have a look around the battlefield. All of our Plague Marines, oh, they're covered in stink clouds and rotting the ground beneath them. Yes. I do like the gas mask helmets that the Plague Marines have. They have specific helmet? I don't think so. The standard bearer has the helmet I'm thinking about. This one. Is there another standard bearer somewhere? Yeah. Oh, he's got a different one. One? Yeah. This one, this like knight helmet one, I think looks good on the Plague Marines. But anyway, and yes, we've got our Warhound Feral Titan up here. And we've got some Rubric Marines here. Someone's not playing to the theme. We even got the Mark of Nurgle on their shoulder blade. Oh well, they're just very confused. Tzeentch works in mysterious ways. How else have our allies gone? Building towers and structure blocks everywhere. And getting all their units stuck in their base. I don't know, after a while they just sort of give up and stop attacking. More Rubric Marines. I shall have to do a battle with Tzeentch. That's fun, because they get a lot of magical powers. Things like worldwide confusion and slowdown and all that, which we've seen in some of the other battles. I think the other AI faction also went Mark of Tzeentch. Maybe. Got Plague Marines over there. So they were playing, they were doing their part, at least a little. Oh look, no, actually it seems like they went Marcus Slaanesh, because I have a champion of Slaanesh here. So that would make sense. They've got Rubric Marines, Plague Marines, but they do not have any Khorne units. Because Slaanesh and Khorne do not get along. And it's Nurgle and Tzeentch which don't... Nurgle and Tzeentch, yes, which don't get along. So taking a Mark of Nurgle prevented me from getting Rubric Marines. Not that I wanted them. Here's Skull Champions. So he's got Khorne Berserkers. And he's got Rubric Marines. Any other hint as to what mark this faction got? I can see one of their lords somewhere. There, Champion of Nurgle. No, that's mine. There's a Chaos Lord and Terminator armor. Those are my guys. Over here, maybe? On the hunt down their general. Wait, no, can I just change? No, I can't. Oh, wait. They don't have any... They don't have any commanders, so I can't actually see what mark they got. And I can't see the buildings to see. They got Khorne Terminators, so I think they might have gone Mark of Khorne. Got Obliterators there. Chaos Attack Bike. Yeah. So they might have gone Mark of Corn. That building's full of corn terminators. You know, those would have been useful for you to actually drop in, but I don't know. Okay, yes, well, that is the end of the Siege of Bellisos. A victory for the Death Guard. Hooray! I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Hopefully. So, until then, farewell.